Hi, I'm Sherry Kaufman, and I'm here with week 3 of my Living Authentically series. And the topic for this week is reaching out to others. As I've sat with this topic over the last week since the last recording, I've realized that this project that I felt drawn to, that I felt led to do for myself and to share with others is much deeper than I had originally realized. Because this topic, reaching out to others, receiving help, being willing to be open to receiving appropriate help, is very much a challenge for me in my own life. So I don't know if you've realized as you're going through life and having opportunities to learn and expand and grow and step into your personal power, that the minute that you declare that you're interested in something that's for your own good, the universe sends opportunities to help you achieve that. It sends like little mini lessons, pre-learning, until you can step into that full power. And that's basically what I've been experiencing over the last week. And I've had to come to a realization about myself that if I'm feeling fully empowered and things seem to be flowing, energy seems to be flowing in a positive, powerful direction for me. If my vibration is high and if I'm feeling at least midline, if not on top of the world, that receiving gifts from others is actually quite easy for me. And I'm able to acknowledge it as the universe providing nice little surprises for me through the people in my circle and in my environment. But if I'm feeling the least bit vulnerable, well, maybe not the least bit. If I'm feeling extremely vulnerable, if I'm having a tough time, if things aren't looking so much like possibility as challenges in my life, then if someone reaches out to offer something to me as simple as, hey, I'm going to pick up lunch today, that occurs to me as pity. And that's a pretty sad place to be. And I can receive it, but it hits the inner child in me and opens an old wound from a time in my life, in my very early years, when it did seem that my family received a fair amount of pity, or that I did myself. So that's been information for me, like hearkening back to week 1 of this series, being honest with yourself, that I now have to be honest with myself and realize that that's something that still is out there for healing for me. And so that's something that I'm working on. And I'm grateful for these occurrences that have happened over the last week, and actually probably started a few months ago, to be honest, as I was preparing for this. I now can see that. And in the past, there was only a hint of acknowledging that for myself, that, hey, if I'm feeling really good about myself and my life, it's no big deal if someone offers to pay for my lunch when we're out together, or offers to bring me something or gift me with something. But if I'm not feeling good about myself, then it triggers old wounds. So that's something I just wanted to offer at the beginning of this recording, in case that might be true or something similar might be true for those of you watching, so that you can kind of look at that for yourself. Because the topic this week is reaching out to others. We can't be our most authentic, true selves if we're going to live in a vacuum, if we're going to live in a cave. As human beings, we're similar to wolves in the sense that we're pack animals. Community and social interaction is vitally important to us. Interaction with other human beings. You may know that newborn babies that aren't held in the nursery because they're ill don't thrive as well. And so people are sometimes brought in to hold babies and rock them when their mothers and family members are not available to help that baby thrive. Something else that I've been thinking about around this topic is fairly current research that tells us that trees actually interact with each other and communicate through their system of roots. And that in the forest, if a tree is damaged, either through disease or maybe, say, lightning or, someone coming through and injuring it in some way, or during times of fire, that the trees go into their network of roots underground and they send nutrients, energy, strength, and healing to that tree. Even trees of different species will do this for each other. So when I think about them doing that, and if I think about myself as that tree during those times when I'm in my vulnerable state, and it's difficult for me to receive from others when I need it the most, and then I look at what am I blocking by not receiving? Well, of course, first of all, if I'm not receiving, I'm blocking what's being offered to me that can help me, that the universe has sent to me through the circle of people in my life. By not accepting that, or by being resistant to it, there's two things that's happening. First of all, I'm sending a message to the universe that, no, don't send me anything when I need it. Well, as Dr. Phil would say, how's that working for you? That's not something I want to do on a consistent basis and stop that flow of abundance and love and, social interaction, maybe even financial support coming to me. I don't want to do that. The other thing that occurred to me when I thought of myself as being that tree needing support in the forest is that if that tree were to somehow refuse, be able to block the assistance coming to it through the network of roots of the other trees, then that tree would likely perish. Well, okay, so a tree dies in the forest. What if that tree is a tree that bears nuts or fruits that other living beings in the forest depend on? What if there's a baby tree growing nearby that's counting on the shade of that older tree to shade it until it's ready to take more light? When that tree perishes, it will no longer be able to be part of that system to send assistance out to others. So again, first message is telling the universe, I don't need anything from you. And the second one is not allowing myself to be as strong and as available for what it is I'm here to do. So I'm going to be looking at that for myself. I've already started. I'm going to suggest that those of you watching this video look at that for yourself and consider where you might be blocking the flow of support coming from your network, from your circle, coming to you through divine source, through the universe, that wants you to be as strong and supported as you can be, so that you can be there for whatever it is you've come to do, so that you can do that with joy, so that you can enjoy serving and being served, because that's where we're going to find balance, a balance between serving and being served. And balance is everything. So I hope this has been of some use to those of you watching, and join me back here next week for our next topic in Living Authentically. I'm Sherry Kaufman. As I've shared in earlier videos, I am a Reiki Master teacher. I'm a DNA Theta Healing practitioner and instructor, as well as an Aroma Freedom practitioner instructor. I do private sessions, both by distance through Zoom, by phone, and I do in-person sessions. So you can find me on my website at at empoweredjoy.com, or you can email me at kaufmansherry.com. So I'll see you next week. Thanks for being with me this week. Bye now.